When it comes to honey, there's honey and then there's
Manuka.
overpriced superfood of the honey world. And I know what you're thinking. You're about to dress up like a bee and tell me all the reasons why Manuka is some sort of scam. And you'd be wrong. Oh, who am I kidding? You're mostly right. And yes, I am dressed like a bee.
And I am your bee friend, Ben Bee, here to help you on your bee venture.
You're going to do tortured puns the entire time, aren't you?
Because. That means of course. In bee. Buzz, 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 buzz.
If you've drunk the honey-flavoured Kool-Aid, Manuka can treat just about anything.
Wait, why am I in a beehive?
You're in Ward B.
If you believe the hype, Manuka can help with sore throats, heart disease, arthritis, dental health, washing your face, split ends, athlete's foot, cholesterol, wounds, burns, superbugs, and a million more things. This one says it can relieve the symptoms stomach ache, gastric ulcer, and pregnant woman? Excuse me, I'm not a symptom. And with excessive claims come excessive prices.
And now it's time for your bill. So that was $180 per jar. I only used a... He's gone into bill shock! I need 5 cc's of Manuka Honey, stat! Who am I talking to?
But is Manuka Honey really all it's cracked up to be? Manuka honey is derived from the nectar of Manuka trees, and it's one of those things that both Australia and New Zealand claim as their own, like Russell Crowe.
Oh, I loved him in Glad Beater. Not so much in A Beautiful Mind. I'll just...
Yeah. So let's start with the positives. Manuka honey can have high levels of antibacterial activity. Some companies describe this as the so-called
Unique Manuka factor.
Others call it NPA or MGO. But whatever sciencey marketing label they give it, the higher the antibacterial activity, the higher the price.
So, tell me, do all these antibacterially acronyms actually mean it works, Doctor?
I'm a bee.
I'm a doctor.
A real doctor?
I have a PhD.
I have a PhB.
I investigate the antimicrobial and prebiotic properties of honey.
Continue.
There are lots of clinical trials and case studies showing that honey, and Manuka honey in particular, is very effective at treating wounds, incisions, burns and ulcers when it's applied topically or directly.
Delightful.
It's always best to treat wounds with honeys that are specifically packaged as wound care products and approved by the TGA as a medical device.
To check if a wound care product is TGA approved, look for one of these codes on the packet or do an ARTG search at tga.gov.au.
Yeah, but Manuka Honey Ham is a registered wound care product, right?
Honey-based wound care products are really only a tiny fraction of the wound care market. There's just a few brands available and they're nowhere near as pricey as edible Manuka products.
Manuka Honey can also cure gingivitis, strep throat, and staph infections.
I have golden staph?
Golden stuff for the golden staff.
Well, using Manuka honey topically in a clinical setting is really effective against these superbugs that cause staph and strep infections. But that doesn't mean that we should just be treating these bugs at home with honey that's meant for eating.
So, just because honey in the lab has shown some promise doesn't mean you should try fighting superbugs with honey from the supermarket. And there's definitely no reason to pay huge prices, like say $230 for Manuka honey that's meant for eating, no matter how much they try to make it sound like medicine.
Take 5 grams 30 minutes before meals 3 times daily and increase if necessary. Trust me, I'm a bee.
So why these insane prices? To put it simply, it's the halo effect. Promising medical research is being used to create the impression that Manuka is extra special when it's sold as a food. And if you're in any doubt about this, just look at how online shop Natonic promote this $124 bottle of eating honey by saying that Manuka is effective against the bacteria that causes stomach ulcers and strep throat.
Well, Manuka Honey is a...
Superfood.
But if you're buying it as a food, which most of us are, all of those special antibacterial properties that make Manuka so interesting in the lab and in the clinic, they're destroyed by the digestion process.
In that sense, Manuka is like most topical treatments. They don't work if you eat them.
What? Shh, eat your Savlon.
So ironically, rather than being a superfood, Manuka is not super when it's used as a food.
And unfortunately, there's no hard evidence to support basically all of the other claims.
Will it help my hay fever?
No.
Prevent diabetes?
No.
Cholesterol?
Nope.
Make me sleep better?
No.
Will it make my peanut butter sandwich taste better?
Okay, yes.
Look, I'm not saying you should stop eating honey. And if you do care about the latest research, when it comes to honey in general, there's actually a bit of buzz.
Excuse me, I'll do the bee puns around here.
Yeah, go on then.
There's actually a bit of buzz. Yeah,
Eating honey in general can have some therapeutic benefits because honey has anti-inflammatory, antioxidant and prebiotic properties.
And those good things aren't killed by the digestion process.
No, but you are just as likely to get these potential benefits from regular honey as you are from one of the Manuka varieties.
Look, if you like the taste of Manuka, then go nuts. But don't go wasting your money on high UMFs or MGOs or whatever. Because when it comes to eating it, really, it's all just honey. Okay, what's the next story?
It says we're explaining the birds and the bees.
Oh, I wish someone explained that to me 7 months ago.